My name is Dana, and I'm probably not somebody that you would think was associated with a cult at one point, nor have I actually really been. But I do love this picture. I think these guys look super happy, and all cults, people are happy in cults, so you think. But the cult that I was recruited into when I was in college was unlike the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, but they did use very similar recruiting tactics, and these actually are very similar across all types of cults. So I'm going to talk to you about how to not be recruited into a cult. So these recruiting tactics are ones that you actually would probably assume to be true. But I'm going to talk about a little bit about my experience and how they tried to get me into a cult. And what happens is over a very slow process, cults will essentially get you ingrained into what it is that they want you to believe. Of course, we know that. But one of the first things that they do is they host a function or an event. And usually it's something very simple, like a party or a book talk or something along those lines. And what they do is talk to you about things that you might already be interested in. So this is my a cappella group. We were not a cult, but basically what happened is we were invited to a convention where other college a cappella groups were at, and so they got us already interested in what they wanted to talk about just by talking about music. So something that cults also do is a tactic called love bombing, and I just thought this phrase was super funny. I don't hear it in any other context, so I'm not quite sure how else it's used. But what love bombing is basically showing an unusual amount of kindness. And they use that kindness in ways like giving you free things or going above and beyond to help you with something. So this is actually one of the girls in my a cappella group, and they found out at this convention that it was her birthday. And I swear within 10 minutes, they had like 10 sheet cakes available to all of the people at this convention. So it was pretty funny. So they also use, the concept of guilt and debt. And they make you feel guilty because they show you tons of kindness and they really open their hearts to you, so you think. And they, in return, are expecting something from you. So in my case, they actually paid for my entire group to go to this convention that they were hosting. And when we got there, we found out that they actually wanted us to work the entire convention. And so we had to do a bunch of things for them that was completely unexpected, but we felt that sense of guilt. So also there's a control of information, identity, and environment that happens at some point. So they close you off from your friends. They basically create this environment that is a safe environment for you, and an environment that is unlike your normal life. And so they pull you in and create a dependency in this new environment that, again, feels like a new safe place for you. For us, they didn't really do that, but they did ask for our social security numbers. And I had to pull the 19-year-old girl away from the sign-in sheet to make sure that she didn't give them her social security number. And they actually videotaped everything. So they really invaded our sense of privacy as well. So this isn't really a recruiting tactic, but as we all know, there's most cults and cults that are really famous have narcissistic leaders. And this narcissism is this true sense of power that they feel. And actually, I don't know if you guys have read Season of the Witch, but there's a few people that have an affiliation with San Francisco. So both Jim Jones and Charles Manson have an affiliation with San Francisco, and we're cult leaders, famous cult leaders. They don't actually do a lot of the recruitment. They rely on their members to actually go out and recruit. So they don't actually have a lot of interaction with people when they're going or when the cult is attempting to gain new membership. This is not the cult that I was recruited by either, but when we were at the convention, we actually did engage with the cult leader, but in a very weird way. He would go in and he would whisper to other members of the cult, and then they would relay his message. It was really bizarre. So, I mean, as you can tell, I did not get recruited by a cult. Thank you, which is great. I did not buy into the cult. But I did tell my dad the story of this when I got back from the convention, like all excited, like, hey, guess what happened to me? And he said, oh, yeah, I actually was recruited by Scientologists. And, I stopped going when they told me I had to pay money. So I guess it runs in the family. So thank you.